Good evening. If you're watching this video, that means that you struggled a little bit with this problem in class, and that's okay. It's a really challenging problem. So I'm going to work the problem out. I'm going to show you some strategies you can use to help solve this problem. And when you come back on Thursday or Friday, depending on which class you are, I hope you're ready to go on a problem similar to this. We'll have another one waiting for you. Okay. So Becky gave the cashier $20 for a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper and $6 for a pack of Coke. Our change was $6.21. If the 6-pack of Coke costs $4.99, what is the unit price of Dr. Pepper? Okay, so Becky here, okay, Becky is probably having some sort of party. Either that or she really, really likes her sodas. Okay, so here's Becky, and she's going to buy some DP. And I think, yep, it says a 12-pack, okay, plus she's going to buy some Coke. Alright, she likes both. That's okay, I do too. There we go. So Becky's buying a DP and she's buying some Coke. And she's paying $20 and she's getting back her change, which is $6.21. So it doesn't tell us how much she actually spends. It just tells us how much she gave the cashier and how much change she got back. So we'll have to figure that out later. Now the question is what I really want to focus on first. The question right here is if the 6-pack of Coke costs $4.99, what is the unit price of Dr. Pepper? Okay. So check this out. The question is, what is the unit price of Dr. Pepper? That's going to tell us our WSQ right off the bat. Okay. And I'll tell you why. So let's start with the W. Let's pick a new color. Okay. So with the W, if we're doing unit price of Dr. Pepper, we know that the unit, we're talking about the number of something, and we're talking about a unit price, we're talking about the price of one unit. So we know that one of the W's is going to have to be, and it's of Dr. Pepper, so one of the W's is going to have to be the number of DP. That just has to be, okay? So I'm going to draw my little ratio line. So we're going to do a ratio of number of DP to the price. That's what we have to do. That's just, you look at the question, guys, and that's going to tell you what you put for your W. Once I've got that, now it's just a matter of filling in what's given and what's unknown. So let's see what we do here. Okay, so for the given ratio, we know that the given ratio is 12 Dr. Peppers. Okay, and the price of those 12 Dr. Peppers, we don't know yet, actually. This is going to take a little bit of math to figure out this number right here, the price for 12 Dr. Peppers. So we can't quite solve that just yet. So let's move over to the U. Alright, the unknown. And it says, what is the unit price? We're trying to solve for price. So knowing that, I'm going to put X for price. But as far as the number of Dr. Peppers, if we're talking about the unit price, we want to know the price of one Dr. Pepper. So we're going to put 1 right there. So we're solving for X. We know that since it's unit price, its quantity is 1. Okay, so now we just have to figure out what this G is. Okay, and so let's come back over to the problem now. Here's Becky, and she's paying $20. Okay, so Becky's got this $20 that she's paying. Okay. And the cashier, so she's paying that, and the cashier gives her back some change, gives her back $6.21 in change, which goes back into her pocket. So what we need to do, what we need to figure out is, okay, so if she spends $20 and gets back $6.21, then the difference between these two is how much everything costs, a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper and the 6-pack of Coke, because she spends $20 and she gets back $6.21. So what we can do, come over here and we can say, okay, this equals the 6-pack of Coke and the 12-pack of Dr. Pepper equals the $20 that she gave the cashier minus be $6.21 that she got back. That will tell us the total price. Okay, so this is a borrowing equation. I'll come over here, and 0 is not big enough, so I would have to borrow from the 100 spot's not big enough, so I have to borrow from the tenths, and the tenths isn't big enough, it's a 0 as well, so there's nothing to borrow from, and I can't borrow from the ones place, so I gotta come all the way to the end at the tens spot, and I borrow. So the 2 becomes a 1, and that turns the 0 into a 10. Okay, so now I gotta borrow from the 1 spot, that becomes a 9, and this becomes a 10, and I have to borrow from the tenths spot, so that becomes a 9, and this becomes a 10. Now I have 10 take away 1, I get 9. 9 take away 2 gives me 7. 9 take away 6 gives me 3, and I just bring down that 1. So this is how much money everything costs, the 12-pack Dr. Pepper and the 6-pack of Coke. Okay, so let's go back up here and look at information. It says if the 6-pack of Coke costs $4.99. Okay, so if we take this 6-pack of Coke and we take it away, we're only left with the price of the 12 Dr. Peppers. Okay, so this is how much she spent total. Let's take away the price. There we are. Of the Cokes, and we're left with just the price of the Dr. Pepper. Okay, so 9 take away 9 is 0. 7 you cannot take away 9, so I'm going to cross off 7. I got to borrow from here, and that becomes 2, and this becomes a 17. So 17 take away 9 is 8. Now notice the decimal spots on all my problems. They're all lined up right on top of each other. So I just bring that decimal point down. Alright, 2 is not big enough to take away 4. So I'm going to borrow from this spot, becomes a 0, and this becomes a 12. So 12 take away 4 is 8. So the price of the Dr. Pepper is $8.80. So I come over here and I go, okay, this is the price for 12 Dr. Peppers is $8.80. So now I have to figure out, well, if my ratio, if I start off with 12 and I'm going to 1, that has to mean that I am dividing the given ratio by a factor of 12, which means I'm scaling down by a factor of 12. Okay, so that means I'm also going to scale this down by a factor of 12. And so I have to figure out what 880 divided by 12 is, and that will give me my x. So let's see. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit here. Okay. We've got 880, and I'm going to divide it by that 12 to find the unit price, to find how much 1 Dr. Pepper costs. This is how much 12 Dr. Peppers cost. So I'm going to divide it by 12 to find out how much 1 Dr. Pepper costs. So 12 will not go into 8. So that's a 0. Once again, notice I line up all my digits. I line up my decimal spot. Okay, so 12 will go into 88. It'll go, let's see. Let's try 7, 8, 16, 89. Okay, let's try 7. Alright, 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 1 plus 1 is 8, so it's 84. So we've got a remainder of 4. Let's drop this 0 right here. And 12 will go into 40 3 times. So 3 times 12 is 36. Okay, which means you still have a remainder of 4. Okay, so just for the sake of rounding, let's add an additional 0 here. And let's drop it. And that will go 3 times. It gives me 36, the remainder of 4. Okay, so here's our answer, $0.73. The 3 is not big enough to round up to 4. So, so what we're going to do is we're just going to say, okay, X equals $0.73 per DP. And that's our answer. Each Dr. Pepper costs 73 cents. Alright, hopefully this helped you. Be ready for another challenge problem on Thursday or Friday, and I'll see you all in class.